The amphibians, general characters and special characters. In these general and special characters, we will discuss about the morphological, anatomical characters, and we can after finally we can understand the evolutionary development of these organisms. In every discussion, actually, we understand the evolutionary development, or what are the organs developed in this particular group of animals during the evolution. We have to understand. But before discussing about the general and special characters, we have to get the knowledge of origin and evolution of frogs. Not only the frogs, all the amphibians, frogs and salamanders. The frog structure is skin is moist, and in all the amphibians the skin is moisture because the skin respiration is taking place. But in this animal we do not find any tail, but in this animal the salamanders are having a tail in their body. But before going to the deep, we have to discuss about this origin and evolution of amphibians. Actually, these amphibians were evolved from the fishes. What are the problems faced by the fishes? Why do they evolved as the amphibians? Actually, the fishes were evolved as the amphibians. The crossopterygiae fishes, actually most of the crossopterygiae fishes were extinct, but only one fish called the Latimeria coelacanth fish is identified. Lobed fin fish is identified. From those lobed fin fishes, actually these amphibians were evolved during the Devonian period. That was approximately 370 million years ago. The amphibians came to the earth. The Latimeria fish or the lobed fin fish are the linking animals in between the fishes and the amphibians. All the amphibians are live on land, terrestrial mode of life, but sometimes they can jump into the water. They can spend some time in the water, especially for the copulation. If the environmental conditions are hot, also these animals can jump into the water to keep their skin as moist, because the skin is the respiratory organ in those animals, amphibians. If the skin wanted to take the oxygen and to release the carbon dioxide, the skin should be moist, wet always. That's why if the environmental conditions are very hot, especially in the summer season, they can get into the water. Normally, general characters we see, the first important character is these are the cold-blooded animals or ectothermic animal. What are ectothermic animals? We are actually endothermic animals. The birds and mammals are endothermic animals and warm-blooded animals. All the invertebrates and cyclostomes, these fishes, amphibians, reptiles, all are cold-blooded animals or ectothermic animals, because they do not maintain a particular temperature in their body. There is no particular mechanism in their body to maintain the body temperature constantly. No, they do not. They depend on environmental temperature to maintain the body temperature. So many enzymes are working inside the body. The enzymes require optimum temperature. So fishes, in birds and mammals, we are maintaining the constant temperature, that is approximately 37 degrees Celsius temperature. Our body enzymes can perfectly function at that temperature. But whereas in these invertebrates, non-chordates and the fishes, amphibians, reptiles, they do not maintain a particular temperature, but the enzymes present in their body should work. They require optimum temperature. So that's why they depend on the environmental temperature to maintain their body, to maintain their metabolic activities with the help of enzymes. Okay, however, dual habitat. Actually, they are terrestrial animals, but sometimes they can enter into the water for the reproductive purpose, or sometimes to escape the harsh environmental conditions. Body structure is normally head, trunk, and some of the animals are having the tail also. For example, this one, salamanders, and Sicilians also, blindworms. Body organization is triploblastic animals. During the embryonic development, 3 germ layers are present: ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. After gastrulation, we can see these 3 germ layers from these three germ layers, all the organs are developed. That is called the organogenesis. This is actually after the gastrulation. These three layers are formed. Actually, not only in this, from the platyhelminthes onwards, we can see the three embryonic germ layers. Only in the cnidarians, two germ layers are present during their embryonic development. That was diploblastic animals. And bilateral symmetry also started in the platyhelminthes onwards. In all the higher order animals are bilateral symmetrical, and the coelom is enterocoelomate. Annelida, arthropoda, mollusca are the schizocoelomates because the coelom is formed in the body by splitting the mesoderm during the gastrulation. But during the gastrulation period, at the same period, in echinodermata, hemichordata, in all chordates, the coelom is formed from the mesoderm, which is actually developed from the enteron endoderm. That is called, these are enterocoelomates. Now we have to discuss mainly about the skin. Skin is always moist. The skin has some glands. They can secrete mucus. The skin is always moist. If the skin is moist, the skin respiration is taking place. That is called the cutaneous respiration. The 70 to 80% of the respiration is through the skin. That's why the skin should be always moist. But this buccopharyngeal cavity in the frogs at this region, this is called the buccopharyngeal cavity. Why is it calling as a buccopharyngeal cavity? Means buccal cavity and pharyngeal cavity is only one chamber in these animals. But in our body, this is buccal cavity, this is pharyngeal cavity. These two chambers are divided or separated. While the gas, oxygen containing gas, is moving through this buccopharyngeal cavity towards the lungs, the buccopharyngeal cavity is also lined with the epithelial cells and the blood vessels, innervated with the blood vessels. Those blood vessels can obtain some oxygen from the incoming gas. Some amount of oxygen and carbon dioxide are exchanged at this region. While the gas entered into the lungs also can take some amount of oxygen. Means oxygen and carbon dioxide are exchanged in the lungs also. Lung respiration is also present in this animal. So, three types of respiratory organs: cutaneous or skin respiration, buccopharyngeal respiration, and the lung respiration. While it is living on the land, only lung respiration and skin respiration are taking place. While it is in the water, skin respiration is only the source. Limbs, tetrapods, these are actually belongs to the superclass Tetrapoda. Feeding habit, these are carnivorous animals. They can eat insects and small animals. The digestive system is completely developed. But here only, these are all the adult organisms are carnivorous animals, but the tadpole larva, which is the larva of frog, the tadpole larva is herbivores that can live like a fish and eat algae like plants. The sticky tongue, protrusible sticky tongue is there. With the help of this tongue, that can catch the prey, insect or whatever it may be, the food material. And the digestive glands like liver, gallbladder, pancreas, all the organs are well developed, which are attached with the digestive tract and release the enzymes to run the digestion process. Circulatory system is three-chambered heart. Actually, in the fishes only two-chambered heart is there, but here three-chambered heart is there. This is auricle, right auricle, left auricle. This is only one chamber is the ventricle. Behind this heart, sinus venosus is also present in them. Amphibians, this is the sinus venosus. Actually, the sinus venosus is located behind the heart. Anterior venae cava, which can collect the blood from head and forelimbs and neck regions, face regions. And these are posterior venae cava can collect the blood from remaining all parts of the body. That is actually deoxygenated blood, which is collecting by the sinus venosus. After filling the sinus, when the sinus venosus is filled with the blood, this is contract. Then the blood enters into the auricle, left auricle. Remember this in left auricle. From at the same time, from the lungs, the blood can reach to the right auricle. When the auricles are filled with the blood, the auricles are contract, the blood enters into the ventricle. Actually, the ventricle is only one chamber. From the right auricle, the deoxygenated blood. From the left auricle, the oxygenated blood are entering into this one chamber called the ventricle. Here, the mixed blood is forming. The mixed blood can be transported to all parts of the body. Once again, it can send to the lungs. But there is a question is there, if the mixed blood is transported to the all parts of the body, can it meet the demand of oxygen? Can this oxygen is enough to run the metabolic activities? Can this oxygen is enough to liberate the energy, ATP energy from the glucose? Is it enough for the cellular respiration? There is a question is there. But you can see the sinus venosus is collecting the blood from all parts of the body, means all parts means in that all parts skin is also there. Actually, the skin respiration is the main important respiratory organ in this animal. That's why the blood which is coming from the skin is mostly oxygenated. And the blood which is collecting by all parts of the body, including the skin, is actually mostly oxygenated blood. The oxygenated blood enter into the mostly oxygenated blood enter into the auricle, and simultaneously it can enter into the ventricle. From the lungs, completely oxygenated blood, that is. Okay, that's why this is mixed blood, but it is containing more amount of oxygen. That's why there is no problem of oxygen to run the metabolic activities in the amphibians. That is very amazing thing in these animals. Excretion is the mesonephric kidney, ureotelic animal. They can excrete urea just like the mammals. Nervous system is well developed. 10 pairs of nerves are present. In cyclostomata 10 pairs, fishes in 10 pairs, and amphibians are also 10 pairs. Next, in the reptiles also 10 pairs of cranial nerves are present. Reproduction, this is dioecious. Secondary sexual characters are clearly seen. And the actually the male and female organisms couple on land. When they reach to the peak stage, they can jump into the water. Male can release sperm cells, female can release the egg cells. Actually, the female can release the egg cell. Onto the egg cells, the sperm cells are released by the male. The fertilization is taking place immediately. The zygote are formed. Zygote or eggs are formed. These eggs are actually, these do not have any shell and no amnion in the eggs. These are anamniotic eggs. No amnion is present. The fertilization is actually taking place in the water. That is called the external fertilization. Development is indirect. This is very important one, because the tadpole larva is the middle one is there. The tadpole larva live like a fishes that can respire through the gills, undergo the metamorphosis with the help of juvenile enzymes and thyroid enzymes, mainly involving in the metamorphosis. Then after the metamorphosis, it can lose its tail, gills, and many organs it can lose, and it can develop as a adult amphibian that can live on land. The special characters found in these amphibians are, those are the first vertebrates colonized on the land. Dual mode of life means they can live either in water or on land also. Metamorphosis from the tadpole adult is the special character. Cutaneous respiration or skin respiration is the another special character. Regeneration power in salamanders and newts is very excellent, but not in the frog. They are also acting as the bioindicators. This is very important point, because in the polluted water we do not find any amphibians, frogs. Nowadays that is the problem. If you go everywhere, there is a polluted water. If the water is polluted, that's why we do not see the frogs in any way. The frogs population is greatly extincting or disappearing. And the teeth, especially we have to discuss about the teeth. The teeth are acrodont and polyphyodont. Pedicellate teeth means they are just like a thorns like. Acrodont teeth, they are located at the tip of the gum, and polyphyodont means during their lifetime many times the teeth can go and they can reappear again. They can form the teeth once again many times, but what do we observe? Only 2 times we get the teeth. But whereas in the fishes, amphibians, reptiles, The teeth comes many times during their lifetime. Double channeled hearing system is another important character. Stapes is the bone present in them. Auricular operculum can obtain the sounds from them. In the eyes, green rods are present to identify the colors even. But normally, many may say that only the human beings can identify the colors. The other animals do not identify the colors. Some people may say that is wrong. Even the butterflies or insects also can see the colors, but the colors, they can see some other colors, but we can see some other colors, and all the other animals also can identify the different colors. And the cloaca is another important character, because the digestive system is open outside through the anus. That anus is actually in the cloaca. And poisonous glands in frogs, some of the frogs, the poisonous glands are there to protect themselves from the enemies. And this is metamorphosis. The adult frog, this is adult frog that lays eggs. Those can be developed as the tadpole larva. Tadpole larva undergoes the metamorphosis that can be developed as the adult organism. Actually, the tail is there. After complete metamorphosis, it can lose its tail, and it can comes to the land to spend its lifetime on the land.